The second Piper Raquel turned 18, everything changed. What should have been a sweet milestone filled with balloons, cake, and laughter quickly turned into something else entirely. Instead of innocent birthday snapshots, the internet was suddenly staring at a glossy rollout that looked more like a brand launch than a celebration, and people weren't buying it. The conversation immediately shifted from Piper's big day to the bigger question, who's really pulling the strings? The first red flag came from the photos themselves. Within hours of midnight, Piper's Instagram filled with professional bikini-style pictures. Not casual selfies or candid shots, but carefully staged poses with suspiciously polished lighting. The kind of content that feels rehearsed, prepped, and timed to the very second. Fans didn't just scroll past. They froze. Something about the timing, the styling, and the maturity of those photos felt too convenient. Almost like they weren't really for Piper's birthday at all, but for something bigger her mom Tiffany had been planning behind the scenes. And that suspicion only grew stronger once people realized the man behind the camera wasn't another teen creator. It was a grown adult photographer. Suddenly, the comments section shifted from happy birthday to questions like, why is this man photographing her like this? And did Tiffany line this all up? What should have been lighthearted instantly felt exploitative. The more people analyzed, the stranger it got. Some pointed out that the polished photos looked like they were taken days, maybe even weeks, before Piper's birthday, which led to an uncomfortable question. If these pictures were staged before she turned 18, what does that mean about how they're being used now? Comments poured in. This is creepy. Protect her, don't market her, and please don't go down this road. Even Piper's own fans begged her to steer clear of paths other teen stars had been pushed down. For many, the timing of the rollout was all the proof they needed that this wasn't Piper taking control. It was Tiffany waiting for the exact moment when she could legally pivot her daughter's image. If all of this felt familiar, it's because we've seen it before. Just months earlier, Lil Tay turned 18 and shocked the internet by instantly dropping a link and bragging about making millions within hours. The timing, the sudden rebrand, the unapologetic monetization, it felt scripted. So when Piper's rollout looked eerily similar, the comparisons were instant. Fans said Tiffany was following the Lil Tay playbook almost step by step. The overnight shift from childhood brand to adult image, the suspiciously rehearsed content, and the heavy-handed parental influence lingering in the background. And while Lil Tay leaned into it with bold bragging, Piper's version carried something even more unsettling, the shadow of her mother's control. Then came the next twist. As if the photos weren't already sparking controversy, Piper suddenly posted about reconnecting with her dad. On the surface, this seemed sweet. After all, who wouldn't want to see a father-daughter reunion after years apart? But fans immediately remembered something else. Piper already did this once before, back when she was just 14. That Meeting My Dad video went viral years ago, marketed as an emotional, vulnerable moment. Except later, Piper herself admitted it was fake. She revealed that Tiffany had scripted the entire thing, telling her exactly how to act and what to say, all for views. So when this new reunion dropped, fans didn't feel joy. They felt suspicion. Was this really Piper taking control of her personal life, or just another storyline orchestrated by Tiffany to soften the backlash from the birthday rollout? And just when things couldn't get stranger, another face entered the picture. In clips from Piper's cruise with the Bop House, fans noticed a woman hanging around who looked suspiciously like Aunt Patience, the same aunt who exposed shocking truths in that Netflix documentary. Patience had revealed years ago that Tiffany spun entire false narratives around Piper's life. She exposed how Hunter Hill, presented as Piper's older brother, was actually Tiffany's boyfriend. She described how Tiffany turned Piper's entire childhood into nonstop content, controlling every detail. So when fans thought they spotted Patience again, the internet lit up. Could this mean Piper was reconnecting with family members outside Tiffany's bubble? Was she breaking free? For a moment, people hoped, but then it turned out to be a different aunt entirely, killing the theory but reigniting the bigger issue. Tiffany's control hasn't gone anywhere. Meanwhile, Piper's choice to spend time with the Bop House added even more fuel to the fire. Some fans claimed it was a safer environment than her own home, pointing out that at least she had peers around her. Others argued it was just another layer of management, another team shaping her image while fans debated in the comments. But the bigger picture remained unchanged. Piper's environment is never neutral. Every circle she enters seems to come with hidden agendas, careful branding, and a storyline that benefits everyone but Piper herself. Of course, all of this circles back to one name, Tiffany. The mom fans accuse of masterminding every pivot, every rebrand, every storyline. It wasn't just speculation. Lawsuits filed by former squad members and accusations of exploitation paint a troubling picture. One allegation even claimed Tiffany knowingly signed off on deals that expose Piper to older men. Whether or not that's proven in court, the damage is already done. The internet now sees Tiffany as the architect behind everything, and Piper as the face of a brand she doesn't control. If the comparisons to Lil Tay weren't strong enough already, the situation escalated when Lil Tay herself commented on Piper's video. "What happened to us?" Piper responded politely, saying she wished her the best. But the internet didn't let it slide. Both girls grew up online. Both had parents accused of putting fame before family, and both transformed their image overnight the moment they turned 18. That's not coincidence. That's a cycle. And the more people looked at Piper's birthday rollout, the clearer it became. History might be repeating itself in real time. So here we are. Piper Raquel is 18, but the question isn't whether she's an adult. It's whether she's in control. From the photo shoot rollout to the dad reunion, to the endless family drama, the fingerprints of Tiffany's influence are everywhere. Fans want to believe Piper is steering her own life now, but the pattern says otherwise. And if Lil Tay's trajectory showed us anything, it's that this cycle can be brutal. The world is watching closely, not to see Piper post another photo shoot, but to see if she can finally break free from the grip of the people who've turned her childhood into a brand. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about one birthday. It's about whether Piper Raquel will step into adulthood on her own terms, or if her story will always